What is up, everybody? Renfail here. Hopefully you are doing well. Just wrapped up my first stream of Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines 2, which means it's time for my initial early thoughts video. If you're not familiar with my process, I do a 3-step review series for every video game that we play. We start off with the early thoughts video, then we go to the initial review after 20 to 25 hours, and then we do a final review when we finish the game. Occasionally, if a game is shorter, we'll skip the initial review, and if a game is longer, I'll do an additional thoughts video around 50 hours. So this is I would classify this as a noir detective action, like narrative action game. It has some RPG elements, but it's quite a few different things. I would say at this point, after about 4 hours of playing the game, it has been roughly 80% dialogue, conversations, cutscenes, um, branching narrative trees, establishing relationships with lots of main characters, and doing investigations because we are essentially acting as a detective. So it's a noir story with a vampire twist set in a snowy Seattle. And then there are some action elements, some platforming elements mixed behind the scenes because we are, of course, playing the character of a vampire. I don't want to spoil the story other than just, as the trailers have told us, we are a detective discovering things and figuring out what has happened to stuff. So, spoiler aside, not talking about the story too much. It is. I love first-person games. I'm really happy to play more first-person. I am playing on the PS5 Pro. The performance has been obviously absolutely just stellar. It's a stunning-looking game. It is fast-paced. There's lots of different stuff going on. And we can showcase some of the elements here in a minute. The map, essentially, this is the map that I'm pretty sure we're going to be spending the bulk of the game on. I don't know if there's an additional map, but based on what I've seen so far, the journey so far after the first 4 hours is basically just making our way between these various points of interest, which have NPCs that we are interacting with and clues that we are finding for the various mysteries that we are solving. And since this is a detective story, there's been a little bit of essentially playing the character that I am right now, who is the Nomad. And then there's also another character called Fabian, who we have played through some additional like flashback sequences. And in both cases, we are using detective um, we're solving mysteries. The cool thing is that because there are like classes in this game based upon the choices that you make for the faction that you choose dictates the primary abilities you have. So I went I forget the name of the clan that I went with. The Manu Hakim, which is like stealth assassin. That's what I've chosen to do. It's pretty cool. And then when I've played Fabian, he is spec'd like in a mind control line. I don't know what that would be, but he has a completely different line of abilities which allows him to like, decipher clues and to infiltrate people's minds and to like put an illusion on himself to have conversations with them. So it's been really cool to see how like the different abilities play out, and how you might be able to play different characters through this. The dialogue trees have been branching, and we have been able to there's been some relationship components to the dialogue choices where different characters will be impacted by the decisions you make, and that has come to influence later conversations we've had. So there does appear to be some flexibility in that. I'm not sure if this is a game that has multiple endings. Like I said, I'm very early into the game right now, so I don't really know how all that's going to work so far. I believe, and I don't know because I haven't gotten deep enough into the game yet. I believe, based on what I see from this page, I think we can possibly earn abilities from other factions once we meet the proper individual, have the requisite ability points, and then also have these points, which are these there's like 3 different emotions, and you earn these points by draining victims who have those emotions attached to them. So like if you open up your map, like over here it says there's a blood resonance event, a progress, and it's representing a certain emotion. This is a different type of emotion. And when you drain those victims, you earn points in those lines. And from what I understand, based on looking at this, they haven't told it to me in the tutorial system yet, but it shows how like if you have enough of those points plus ability points and clan affinity, you could earn more abilities. So I think maybe you can have other abilities beyond the ones that you choose for your primary faction. I'm not deep enough in the game to know that yet, but theoretically, possibly, maybe, I'm not quite sure. There is a boatload of information that goes into the codex. So a lot of the game information, you'll be meeting an individual, talking to somebody, learning something, a clue from a conversation or a clue from someplace in the environment, and it's going to put a ton of information in the codex. So you're going to be spending a lot of time in here if you want to really learn more about like the kindred societies, um, all this. There's tons of information. This was empty when I started, and after 4 hours there's just tons of information in here, so it's pretty nuts. There is a limited appearance ability to change your character. This is based on, I believe, based on my faction, but I've also been unlocking them as I've been doing stories. There are some hair options. Let me go back to the outfits so we can actually see the hair. There are different hairstyles that you can choose from if you want to, different hair colors. They're just the different hairstyles in different colors. And then there are different faces you can choose from, which basically is just makeup and stuff. And there's different piercings that you can choose from. I've got earrings, and then different eyes that you can choose from as well. Sort of customize your character a little bit. I would, like I said, it's a little light on the RPG and very heavy on the narrative dialogue detective work. Like I said, about 80% of my playthrough after 4 hours has been mostly spent in dialogue trees and in crime scenes or areas where I'm using investigative abilities to go through and find clues. And then the rest of it has been some action and traversal. Now, I can kind of showcase the traversal a little bit. Obviously, because we are, this meter above me in the very center of the screen represents the Masquerade. And essentially, if mortals see you doing things that are outside of the realm of what's possible by humans, the Masquerade would fail. Think of that like it's like the police system in Grand Theft Auto or Cyberpunk 2077. You do too much, the cops come after you. If you can manage to get away to a safe place or get rid of the witnesses, that meter goes down, and if you hide somewhere, it'll go down over time as well. If it gets too high, the vampire police come after you, and it's an instant death. You just get executed, and you restart from the nearest checkpoint. When that happens, if you have any of these points right here, you lose those points. Not the ability points, but those points that you get from drinking blood from people, you will lose some of those points. I've only died once doing it, so I don't know if you lose all your points, but you do lose some of the points when you get executed by the vampire police for completely breaking the Masquerade. So you do have to be careful, but like one of the things I could do is I can I do it on that? No, that's not a place I can do. We could do it right here. This is gonna make the police a little upset at me, but I'm gonna climb up this wall by using a burst of speed, and then I'm gonna jump up, and I didn't quite make it. But you can also hover and glide. Now notice the police are after me now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run over here and try to get away. Oops, I went to go slide and I missed the doorway. So we're going to come in here, and now we're hidden, so I should be okay here, and you're going to watch the meter go down. And now we're just being searched for. We're no longer in the red. So, oh shit, there's the police right down there. So one of the things you could do is obviously you can climb. There is normal jump, and then there is vampire jump, which is a double jump. Shit, I did not mean to jump out into the street again. Jump, 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 jump. Keep going. Keep going. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. And we're going to get up here. Un segundo, mi amor. Voy. Un segundo, gracias. I hear it's cry. Chris came in and offered me a sweet treat, a croissant. I was like, just give me a second. So while I'm up here, I can hide, right? So there's some really cool traversal where you have
That's a symbol left by Katsumi's crew or their friends.
and we can pull these away, collect these,
want Seattle for themselves.
get some EXP. So we can do double jumps, and we can climb up walls, and we can do things. You can also glide, so if you jump off of something, notice my meter's all the way down now. We could probably make that other building over there. And you can control your glide as you're moving around. And then as far as combat goes, I don't really know. Sometimes on the rooftops you'll find enemies. But I have these abilities over here on the right-hand side. 3 abilities so far that I've earned by leveling up. Each one of those has dots beneath it. Those are representative by the amount of like vampire power you have. When you use an ability, it drains those abilities. So if I click the top one, which I can't right now, I could do these bottom one because it slows time. Notice that it drains those abilities, and for a brief moment I'm moving so fast that time is slowed around me. And then it goes away, and I need to refill it before I can use it again, and I have to refill it by like drinking blood and doing combat and stuff. Or you have these potions that you can get which allow you to like refill instantly all of your vampire ability meters. Combat is not my favorite part of this game. Again, I am playing a stealth character, so I mostly try to take characters out through stealth combat. I don't think there's anybody up here for me to get involved in combat with, and it's sometimes I don't actively, like there's somebody right down there, so if I wanted to I could probably get over there. Nah, he's facing me now, so what I would need to do is sneak. We also have telekinesis abilities, so I could like, he's got something in his hand, and if I had to guess, I could probably yank him off the edge, and he just fell to his death. Right? So I yeeted him off. That's one way to do things. I could have also stuck it behind him, and like, maybe he didn't die. He did not die. He managed to survive. The other way would be to like sneak up behind him and like drink their blood, or just straight up attack them. And then you get into combat, which again, combat is essentially you have, oops, hang on, we're gonna do some combat because I think there's some dudes up here. Somebody saw me. Is he down there still? Here, let's go down here. So this is, you have basically this, and then you can feed. Now somebody saw me. Now if I don't want to get caught.
Help! No! Stay away! Leave me alone!
Come here.
I don't want to die!
There we go. I had to get her and to feed on her. Now I think she was the only witness. So I think we're good now. There's no other witnesses at the moment. Anyway, the combat is the thing where it's like if you have multiple targets, it gets a little wonky. You're expected to do this thing where you like, this is a really weird way to do combat. So you're using R1 for attacks, but then L1 is this like dash thing, but then like it's also, I'm gonna have to hide really quick because the cops are after me. It's also,
Take that somewhere else!
it's also based on like, you could do these like kicks. Here, let's see if I can do this.
Shit!
So you do these like kicks, and it's like you're doing it by like holding the dash button while also holding R1, like pushing R1 in different directions until you can beat them down to the point where you can like feed on them. It's wonky. It's definitely not the way I'm used to, because most games I'm either using the right trigger or like the square button or something to like fight with. And this is like, oh no, you're going to be using L1 and R1 with weird combinations, and you're expected to like dash in, dash out, and also dash at the same time to do kicks. So you're doing this to do kicks. And so this is a combination of L1, the thumbstick, and R1 to then do the kicks in different directions. So instead of dashing, you would do the kick and then kick backwards, and then you would also kick forward, which is a neat. It's the combat, like I said, the combat is a little wonky. But again, I have not spent a lot of time in combat. I've spent most of my time in conversations, and I am a stealth-based character, so I try really hard to take everybody out by stealth. And because of the way that I've chosen my character, this ability right here, all of my actions become entirely silent for a period after feeding. So it's been really easy for me to like take out a group of like 6 or 8 guys by sneaking up in the right direction, kill one, get to the other quickly, kill that one, get to the other, kill that one quickly. And then I also have things like silencing individuals so that neither their screams nor weapons can be heard by others. And I have this ability which lets me, I've beheaded like 3 people at once. It's really cool. So, I mean, your mileage may vary depending on how you choose to play your character. So, I don't know. Early thoughts, I'm having fun. I do not have any baggage from the first game, so I came into this never having played the first game, and I like noir games, I like good vampire games, I like adventure games, so for me this has been right up my alley. The voice acting's been great. It's not mocap, I don't think. It looks like old school animation. For the most part, it's been pretty good. There's been a couple of moments where the mouths have moved a little wonky. I've loved all the characters so far. On that note, like I said, I'm having fun. Looking forward to continuing the game. So hopefully we'll see you in the next stream or in the next upload, because we're doing this as a playlist as well. Until then, stay safe, happy gaming, and let me know your thoughts on Bloodlines 2 in the comments below.